The Ascension Summit 2017. Your all-day access to meet international speakers, authors, and coaches. 20 experts, three continents. 2 days. 2 days with one goal: elevate your life. Welcome to the Ascension Summit with your host, E.R. Spalding.
Welcome back to the Ascension Summit 2017, your one-stop shop to ensure that you can elevate your life by ensuring that you integrate all of the 8 major life areas together. Now, one of those life areas is your financial abundance. And for many of us, when we begin to step inside of the arena and talk about finances, it's a really hush-hush kind of conversation. You only want to have that conversation with potentially your spouse and your CPA. But our next digital presenter is here to talk to you about how some of the financial abundance that we have, or more importantly, don't have, is a result of us not understanding who we truly are and what we are carrying around in terms of our belief system. Wani Manly is one of my dear friends and mastermind partner and business besties, and let me allow you to listen from her perspective in terms of who she is and what she brings to the table. So Wani Manly, Esquire, is on a mission to help empower women and men increase their financial abundance so that they can live the lives they really want and enjoy the hell out of life. An international speaker on financial abundance, women's empowerment, expat living, and living a life of inspiration, Wani also writes personal development books that inspire others to live their most abundant life, which is a life of freedom. She is a best-selling author of Get Out of Survival Mode and Live the Life You Really Want, and the creator of Clear Your Money Karma and Live the Life You Really Want e-course. She is a certified life coach, and she focuses her coaching practice on helping her clients clear their money karma, empowering them to gain access to their money by eliminating negative and limiting beliefs around money, which blocks them from their wealth and financial abundance. Based in Paris, Wani is also a trained licensed attorney, licensed to practice in both the states of Florida and Illinois, and has over 15 years of international business and corporate law experience working with entrepreneurs, small businesses, and publicly traded companies. She is the founder of the law firm W. Manly, PA, which is a boutique, corporate, and securities law firm, which she started in 2006 in Miami, Florida. So Wani, we are sitting here with bated breath to truly understand what this clearing of money karma is all about so that we can live the lives that we truly want. So take it away.
Hello, everyone. Bonjour, I should say, because I am actually calling from Paris. My name is Wani Manly, Esquire, and I want to welcome you all of you to the 2017 Ascension Summit. I'm so pleased to be one of the many thought leaders and experts has been put together by this amazing, summit put together by Esther Spalding and the Evolving Leader Society. And I will be actually speaking on how to actually clear your money karma so you can live the abundant life you really want, lending my expertise in the field of money, finance, and abundance. And so you can expect this presentation to go about 45 minutes or so. And then I will actually be having a PowerPoint presentation, which I will be sharing my screen with you. It's my pleasure to actually be here with all of you. It's such a joy and honor and privilege, and I'm just very pleased and excited and very honored to be taking part in this summit. So without further ado, I am going to start to share my screen with you, and we can go ahead and get this presentation started, okay? Let's see. Wonderful. So technology is definitely my friend. And so I am, hopefully this is all working out. Okay, perfect. So Again, the title of this presentation is going to, it is How to Clear Your Money Karma and Live the Abundant Life You Really Want. And I'm super excited. It's actually brought before you today by yours truly, Wani Manly Esquire. That's actually who I am. And it sounds really funny to be talking about myself in third person, but again, I'm so happy to have all of you here. And before we actually get started and get into the presentation, I just really want to, first of all, set an intention with you. My intention with you is, or for you, is that you actually be very open, that you may be hearing some things that I may be stating today in this presentation that you may have not ever heard for before. It may threaten your existing beliefs and what it is that you have been taught. And I promise you by the end of the conversation, it all make very much sense to you. And if you just come with an open arms, open heart, we'll be ready to receive the information. Just have the attitude that you are here for a reason. Nothing is a coincidence, and because you are here, there's actually something here for you to actually to glean for, and to actually help you transform your money and your finances and live an abundant life, which is also my intention for you. So before we get started, let me just introduce myself to you. So my name again is Wani Manly. Most people call me Lovely Wani. And who I am is essentially an entrepreneur. I'm an explorer and adventurer, and really, I'm someone who is living a life of inspiration. That is probably the one central theme of my life, meaning inspiration. I literally flat out refuse to live any other way. I am the founder of W Manly PA, which is a law firm that I started out in 2006 based in Miami, Florida. I am an international speaker, and yes, I am a lawyer as well too. I'm also a money karma coach, and I'm the best-selling author of the book Get Out of Survival Mode and Live the Life You Really Want, which is the cover of my book that's really pictured here below. You can actually find my book on Amazon. And I'm also the creator of the Clear Your Money Karma and Live the Life You Really Want e-course. And what else? I'm actually a globetrotter. I've lived in actually 5 different countries in about 15 cities. I've lived in the US, I've lived in Spain, I've lived in Italy, I've lived in Liberia, where my family is actually from. And I'm currently living in France right now, and I'm actually living in Paris. So that's basically who I am. There's a lot more to me, but to keep this presentation under 45 minutes, I'm going to actually limit to just a few things about me. So why should you listen to me about money and finance, right? Well, I'll be very quite honest with you. I have struggled with money for quite some time. And I would have to tell you that this has been the biggest challenge of my life so far. And it's been the biggest lesson I've actually had to come to learn and to overcome. It is now my life's work, and it's to help other people like yourself who may be in a position of, having issues with money and finances. And it's actually like my absolute joy to actually help people transcend this issue and to impart the knowledge and understanding that I have come into contact with in the past. Since 2009 was when I actually became acquainted with or got on the path of spirituality, personal development, and my whole world, my life, and including my bank account, began to transform itself into become something completely what I didn't ever expect it to actually be. And so before we really begin, I just really want you to, I want to have a theme thought before we really get into this conversation, and it is this: whatever is going on in your bank account, whatever is going on in your pocketbook, in your financial affairs, I want you to understand that it has nothing to do with anything external. In fact, it has everything to do with you internally. What is going on in your bank account is nothing external. It has nothing to do with the economy. It has nothing to do with the fact that Donald Trump is in power or the Republican is in power. It has nothing to do with your job, your career, nothing to do with anything outside of you, whatever you may be thinking it to be. But it has everything to do with you internally. Now, if I were you, that could be sounding very damning, or it could be very liberating if you just had to look at the glass half full. And because it has everything to do with you internally, it means that you are in full power to actually transcend and to change whatever is happening with you in your bank account, money, and finances, right? And so what do I mean by that? It has everything to do with you internally. Meaning that, first of all, everything is energy. More importantly, everything is your energy. And your mind, your brain with this thing up here, it is literally the control center of your life and your bank account. Now, this may be in contradiction to what you have all been taught, or you may have never heard some of these principles with me. But I promise you that if you stay with me, it'll make a lot more clearer sense. And I hope that it is my intention that at the end of this conversation, you have a better and clearer understanding of what's really going on with you, and actually how to transcend your money and your finances and to be living a life of abundance. Now, before we really get into the conversation, it's really important for us, or for me, to define for you what money and karma really actually means, because we are talking about money and karma. And some of you may have not even heard of the term money and karma before, but may have heard of the term karma, which we'll get into at the next slide. But, a lot of us are under the impression that money is currency. I actually have here in my wallet a $5 bill, right? We've all been taught that this is what money actually is. And I'm here to tell you that is really not what money actually is. This is actually a symbol of what money really is. What money really is energy. And more important than that, money is your energy. And this energy, as you know, or may not know, be aware of, energy is actually infinite. What does that mean? It's finite. It's like everlasting, it's infinite, it's unlimited, it's forevermore constantly moving in its flow, right? More importantly is actually your energy. You are connected to this energy. Why am I starting here is because the fact that we have been taught, conditioned to believe that this is what money actually is. And so to the extent where we don't have enough of these in our bank account, we start to panic, we start to live in fear, we start to freak out. And what that does is it constricts our energy to the flow of the currency, which is what money really is, which keeps us from actually manifesting it, receiving it, creating it, and living in a space of lack, suffering, survival mode, and not really living lives we really want. What the paper really is really a symbol of the actual currency, but money is your energy, right? And so I really want you to begin to recontextualize what money really actually is, because until you do, you will forever be living in lack. If you start to think of money as just energy, if you start to think of money as just basically the air that you breathe, you start to begin to worry less about money, and you begin to attract more of it. Why? Because whatever you're chasing, whatever you're pushing, whatever you're like striving and desperately wanting, you're actually repelling it away from you rather than actually bringing it on to you. And so it's very important that you begin to understand, to expand what your current vision, what your current definition of what money actually is, because unless you do, I'm sorry, my friends, nothing will ever change for you. Money is flow. Money is currency. Like literally start to tell yourself, money is just air. Money is literally the air that I'm breathing right now. Why is it so important? Just think about it. Do you ever wake up in the morning or go outside and are you ever concerned about not having enough air? Are you ever concerned that when you're walking outside of the street and you're thinking and you're inhaling and taking your breaths throughout the day, are you worried about not having enough air? Are you worried about if you take, one big gulp of air that you're not going to have, enough to last you to take another one? Absolutely not. In fact, you never ever think about it. I mean, we all take it for granted that it's just there, that, that air is just always going to be there. You don't ever have to worry about it. And that's the attitude that I really want you to have towards money, because that's really what it is. It is the truth. And when you begin to have this very expanded and truthful view or perspective and be tapped into what the energy of money really actually is, you literally start to manifest it magically without you having to put forth a lot of effort, which is what a lot of us is actually doing at the current moment, because of what we're conditioned to. The second thing is karma. We have to really understand that, there is karma for everything. Everything in life is karmic, meaning by your inner what karma really represents is relationship, right? A lot of us think karma is retribution, right? What I mean by that, karma, we have been introduced, those of us in the West have come to understand that karma is something that we have adapted to or come to learn from Eastern philosophies and Eastern cultures, right? And so for us, we have taken karma which is a very explain a theory and think that it's just one aspect of thinking that it's just retribution. We always say an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. You do good, you get good. You do bad, you get bad. But karma is just much, much more than that, right? Karma is what your beliefs are. It is your attitudes, it's your feelings about what you're holding in a particular subject. It's what you're feeling about is about a specific subject, and thinking and believing it to be true. That is what your karma is. Now, why this is very important, because whatever you believe to be true for you is your karma. Whatever you believe is true for you is exactly what you're going to be attracting, manifesting, living, and experiencing on a day-to-day basis, right? And so a lot of us, or all of us, I should say, have different karmic relationships with different items in our life. We all have separate karmic relationships with money, based on what our beliefs are, based on what our programming is, based on what our deeply held convictions are about money. That's what we're going to be attracting all day long, okay? So keep in mind that karma is not just retribution. It's literally whatever you're believing is what you're going to attract, what you're going to manifest, and what you're actually going to be experiencing on a day-to-day life. In other words, this is one of my favorite quotes, and it comes from Henry Ford. And he says, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. That is essentially what karma really is. Whatever you think you can, whatever you're believing to be true for you is exactly what you're going to manifest, and it's exactly what is going to be correct for you, okay? So the first thing about looking in terms of how to really clear your money karma, what really money karma really is to begin to understand that this thing that we're calling money, or the symbol of the currency of money, you are in a relationship with it. Unfortunately, none of us, or hardly any of us, I should say, are aware that we're in a relationship with money. What most of us know, and I was guilty of it as well too, is that, this thing here, we are not aware that we're actually in an energetic relationship with it. And it's our attitudes towards it. It is our feeling toward it. It's what determines what the relationship really is. What a lot of us really think or feel what our relationship is about money is that we don't make enough of it. It's hard to come by. As quickly as it comes into our bank accounts, into our hands, it quickly goes out, right? We aren't really aware that this is an ongoing relationship like you would have with your spouse, with your children, with school officials, whatever it is it may be, because we're all, life is nothing but one big energetic relationship. And so if you're not aware of what your relationship is with money, you cannot begin to understand and to clear whatever negative beliefs or negative karma you may be holding about it. So you must be keenly aware of what your relationship is with money. And hopefully by the end of this presentation, you will actually have a much, much better view or a much better understanding of what your relationship is with money. Again, understand that all of life is a relationship. So you definitely have a relationship with money and everything else in it, and everything else in it. And so a simple test you can actually begin to see what your relationship is with money is this. You don't have to do this right now, but you can do it at a later date or later time tonight. And that is, get a sheet of paper and get your iPhone out and put it on Do Not Disturb, but then set like a timer for 20 minutes. And I get a sheet of paper or get all your journals. What I want you to do is write on the very top of it, what do I believe about money? And before you begin, I want you to set an intention, just saying to your subconscious mind is, I want you to present to me, to divulge to me what my beliefs are about money. Okay. And you write that at the very top, and I want you to set your timer for 20 minutes. And I want you to write literally every single thing that's coming through your mind when you begin this exercise of what's coming through about what you're believing about money. And what you will find is that literally for 20 minutes, and I want you to write what is called a stream of consciousness writing. That is, you're not going to stop anything. You're not going to edit anything. You're pretty much are just going to literally write whatever is coming through for you. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to change the way in which this is actually being shown so that you are going to get the full view of this rather than, let's do a slideshow. Yes, that's what I really want to be doing. Excuse me for just 1 second. Yeah, we're here. And so just write that. And what you will find is you will hear what your limiting beliefs about money is, what they are, what your positive, results about beliefs about money is. But I would tell you that when you do this exercise, what you will find, what you will hear coming up to you will be your dominant limiting beliefs, because it's what you're living, regurgitating, and experiencing on a daily basis, right? So do this for about 20 minutes. And like, again, do not edit anything. Do not stop your hand from writing. Just literally write out a stream of consciousness writing. And when you're done, I want you to read back what you wrote. And like literally hone it into just take a mental note, or you may want to write it down or circle whatever repeating beliefs are that may be coming for you. Maybe it's not enough. I have to work hard. Rich people are bad. They steal money. Money is root of all evil. Whatever the case may be for you. What I just named off here are basically some of the most common limiting beliefs that actually come up with money. And so a lot of us, we are not aware of what our beliefs are about money. But basically, or to give you like a beginning reference, the beliefs that we have about money literally stems from our primary caregivers when we were 7, right? And when we're very little. And these beliefs were actually formulated from the age of when you were 0 years old, from the minute you were born, in some cases before, like while you were even in your mother's belly, up until age 7. These were the beliefs that you heard your parents say all the time. These were the behaviors that you observed about your parents, how they handled money, how they dealt with money, how they spent it. These are what is now shaping your money paradigm as a 40-something year or 50-something year, however old you are. So what you're literally are doing, or what your money situation looks like, is coming from beliefs that you picked up primarily from your mother, from your father, and some of the memories that you have from during this time period of your life, because these are the most impressionable time periods of our development, where we don't have the ability to actually discern. You're like literally like a sweat sponge, soaking in everything you're actually hearing and seeing and feeling that you're observing from your parents. And so that's what you are actually now experiencing right now. So as you begin to go down this journey of discovering what your money karma really is to actually clear in the first place, I want you to start really writing these things down, to spend some time looking at and asking yourselves, what were your mother's beliefs about money? What did you hear your mother say all the time about money? What were her reactions about that? The same thing about your father. And then I also want you to write out too, what was your worst money memory? I can tell you for myself, I remember, I think I was in 4th grade, and I remember there was like 2 different girls that I used to hang out with, Charlotte and Lily, and their mother's name was Mercy. And I remember it was Christmas one year, and Charlotte and Lily like literally got every single thing that I wanted for Christmas, like literally everything. You walk into their house. I mean, the Christmas tree was just huge. There was like toys everywhere, dolls, games, everything. And I was so sad because I didn't really get that much for Christmas that year. And I remember asking my mother, and she said to me, wanting and getting are 2 different things. And so that really, and I remember feeling really sad about that. I remember concluding at that time that just because I wanted something didn't mean I was going to get it. And she didn't have the money right then, or at least she was telling me she didn't have the money to buy those things for me. But I just really believed that what I wanted, I couldn't receive, right? Which like literally played out in my life as an adult. And so another thing I also want you to write out as well too, and to think about and to contemplate, is that how did you observe your parents handling money and finances? Did your parents have a coherent, cohesive plan? Did they have a strategy for saving, for investing, for spending? Or did you see them like, in worry zone, worried about money, leaving it up to God, stressed out, feeling anxiety, which is in my case, so I never had a formal money education about how to handle money, from my parents. Although my father was a very good money manager. He was actually Minister of Finance for Liberia. So he was handling like, the country's money, but he never sat me down and said, sweetheart, this is how you allocate your salary. You put 20% here, 20% there, da, 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 da. My mom, on the other hand, I observed her just stressed out all the time about money, always worried about money, and always saying God will make a way, praying about it. but never any kind of practical 3D reality, like literally how did the fact that we handle like not having enough money to pay bills at the end of the month. So I really want you to write these things down, because those things that you observe your parents doing, saying, behaving, and really constantly, harping on when you were a child, that's what your beliefs, behaviors about money is today, and that's exactly what you actually are living out, and that's what your financial paradigm is. The money stories that you heard your parents say in the very beginning, about money is hard to come by, I don't have it, who do you think you are, Rockefeller? Wanting to get two different things, that literally is what you are living out today in your bank accounts right now. That's what your internal beliefs are about money. That's where they're coming from. That's where you're living. But the thing about it is, like, most of us are not aware of it unless you were lucky enough, or super blessed enough, I would say, to have super enlightened parents that were aware of these things. You're just living in lack like the rest of the 99% is out there, right? And so that's what's creating your money, your financial paradigm. And it's like literally creating like a crux on your back. And so, and a lot of us are trying to correct our money and finances by working harder. We're going back to school. We're working 2 or 3 jobs. We got like a 9 to 5, we got a side hustle or another side hustle in Miami, and it's just like, we're just killing ourselves. We're sacrificing our health. We're sacrificing times away from our family. We're throwing so much effort and extra pushing and striving at the issue, and it's not getting solved, and it's never going to get solved by you trying to actually fix it from a behavioral perspective, as opposed to an internal clearing out, from your physiology, relieving, or clearing out the limiting beliefs, perspectives, and things that you actually are holding on that you got from age 0 to 7. And so that's your starting paradigm, or your starting basis, how to begin to, number 1, become aware of what your money karma is, and 2, how to actually clear it. The next thing I actually want to get into is that, we have these beliefs that we got from our parents, right? And from a child, and now we're all are living it. And so there's actually a lot of myths that we are actually living by. These are like our creeds. That's like the basis and like the systemic ways in which we're managing our money, right? And a lot of it too is like, society, our friends, or peers are actually perpetuating this. One of the money myths is like money is the root of all evil. And that's like a very, very common belief that a lot of us have ingrained into our memory. And this actually comes from misinterpretation from the Bible, which says the pursuit of money is the root of all evil, which I can tell you from myself personally, I don't believe in any of it. I don't believe that the pursuit of having money or having wealth or having abundance is actually evil. I don't believe anything is evil in the first place, right? So I really want you to, to look at, again, what karma really is. Karma is whatever you believe to be true. And so if I believe that money is evil, or the pursuit of it, or the me wanting to be wealthy, to have an abundant life and have an abundant mindset, to have the material wealth that I desire, that's going to keep me from not actually having it, right? The second myth that we live by is I don't have enough money. Again, a lot of us are believing that this thing here is what money really is, and it's not. It's actually energy. This is a symbol that we use on planet Earth, to symbolize what the energy really is. But this is not what money really is. And so when you say to yourself, I don't have enough money, it's not true. Because why? Money is energy. You're alive. You're a live, conscientious being. You're an energetic being. Your energy is all over the place. Everything is you and your energy. So for you to say you don't have enough money, you're saying I don't have enough energy. And that is just false. Another myth that we live by is that you have to work hard in order for you to make money. And that's not true at all. Unfortunately, and I can tell you that that's a myth, that's a belief that actually I myself, have worked tirelessly to overcome, because my father taught me that. And so I can tell you, I've always been pushing and striving, doing extra credit, extra work, because why? I believe that I had to work hard in order to make more money. And that's not the case at all. You need to work smarter. Really, you need to work more efficiently. But most importantly, you need to have beliefs that are actually wealth-based, that are actually wealth consciousness-based, that's actually putting you in the consciousness of actually having and not having. The next myth is that, it is better to give than it is to receive. And that is so far from the truth. Giving and receiving is equal. It's an equal ratio, it's an equal balance. And so a lot of us, our inherent nature is to be good, is to do good. We're inherent do-gooders. We like to give, and give, particularly women, because we're such nurturers, but we suck at receiving. And so it's like we're working and working, we're doing this and doing that, and we're like, well, where's the money? Like, where's the reward? It's not coming in because we're not allowed, we're blocked. Like literally, like we're saying, I want money, I want money, I want money, I want money, but our energy is like has a big fat X. And it can come in. So we've got to actually, and I'll talk about it a little bit later, in the presentations, how to actually open up to be able to receive and expand your capacity to receive, because you cannot get what you can receive. The next thing is that the next myth that we follow or that we believe and live by is that it takes money to make money. It doesn't take money to make money. It takes a decision to make money. If you make the decision, really make the decision to make more money, you will absolutely have it. Because you know what? The universe responds to your energy. Again, why? Because everything is energy. So remember that. It doesn't take money to make money. It takes energy. It takes a decision, It takes a decision for you to make more money. The next thing that is really you need to really look into when you're looking at clearing money, karma, live an abundant life is you've got to eliminate the words and phrases you're using that's literally keeping you broke. We don't directly, I have this book with me, but it's not in my near vicinity right now, but there's a book. It's called Conscious Language, The Logos of Now by Robert Tennyson Stevens. And it's a book that's like literally talking about how our words bond, right? And we use such limitations, such words and phrases actually keeping us in lack, we don't really realize, because whatever you're speaking into existence. And so a lot of us use words that we need to eliminate, such as I can't afford it, it's too expensive, I don't have the money, I don't have the clients, I can't do it, or I'm even broke. Those phrases you must release, eliminate, cancel, release from your vocabulary. You have to stop saying, because every time you're using those phrases, you're literally creating more and more of that for yourself. So don't say I can't afford it. So you know what? Something like I choose to spend my money on something else. Nothing is too expensive. In fact, everything is an experience. Nothing is expensive. Everything is an experience. And I'm choosing to have this experience right now, or I'm choosing to not have this experience right now. You always have the money. Once you start to say to yourself, I have the money, I have the clients, I have this, I have that, the universe then matches your vibration, because we're all energetic beings. And then it begins to provide you the ideas for you to basically have the manifestation or the experience of having more money and more clients, right? The next phrase of I'm broke, oh my gosh, you've got to let that go and let it go and let it go and let it go. Because, whenever you're saying you're broke, you're literally saying I am broken. And you have to actually release that. So how do you clear your money karma, right? And, and really live the life you really want, because that's what we're all here for. That's what my intention is for you to really do, because, and I'm going to tell you right now that it is going to take work for you to do that, but it's not going to take hard work. It is going to take dedication. It is going to take decision on your part to be free of the money drama and say, you know what, I am making a decision today to be financially solvent, to be financially independent, and to be rich, to be wealthy, whatever it is you want to be, whatever your definition is, you've got to make a decision to actually do that. But the first thing I actually want you to do is a lot of us have a lot of frustration with this thing called money, right? Because we've been living in such places of lack and limitation that when it comes to money, is there's just push and pull, antagonistic. I hate you, I want you, but I hate you too, thing going on. So what I want you to do is literally write a letter out to money and just say, hey, money, we got to talk, right? And I want you to write out all of your frustration about money. I want you to write about revisit your past and just literally write out about your, what's been going on with you and money, and just get it out on paper, get it out from out of your head, get it out from out of your heart, and just get it out of your system, because what you're holding with you, and whatever you're holding within you in your energy field, you're just attracting more and more and more and more and more of it. So get it out on paper and just get it out. Be angry, use whatever expletives you really want to, you want to write out, but I don't hold anything back. When you're literally done with this exercise, I just want you to feel lighter. I want you to feel relieved. I want you to feel like, you know what? I got off my chest. Like, let there be no stone left unturned with your frustration with money, because you cannot continue to be holding negative feelings, antagonistic beliefs, like just being in this fighter, fighting with money and wanting it to come with you. Yet unfortunately, that's the relationship I really have with money. But in order for you to really clear and to come into harmony with the energy of money and to be living in abundance, you got to get all the crap out. So start there, number one. And then number two, what I really want you to do, like once you've gotten all your frustration out about money, is I want you to do a money gratitude exercise. I want you to get a sheet of paper again, or your journal, and literally think about all the amazing things that money has done for you. And I just want you to get into the space of gratitude, of just being just so thankful for whatever money you have had up until this point, because you've had some. It's allowed you to do certain things, pay your bills, go shopping, pay your tuition for school, take out a loan, get a credit card. Even though you've had struggles with money, money has played a very, very important role in your life, and it's helped you do certain things just for yourself. So I really want you to focus on the good that money has done for you. And in fact, I would tell you, I want you to write out 100 things. For some of you, it may be a stretch. For some of you, may be in such a place of anger with money that you may not be able to come up with 100. But the reason I want you to go to 100 is because I want you to stretch. I want you to really, really, excuse me for a second, let me turn this off. I want you to get into the energy of just straight gratitude and just be very, very grateful for what money has done for you. Because when you are in a space of gratitude, you begin to be in a space of I have more than enough. You get into a space of sufficiency. When you start to do that, you then invite more of the same for you, okay? So number one, generally, get out the frustration on the paper. When you're done, get all the stuff out. Then do a money gratitude. Just say thank you. Be very grateful for what you do have, and just blessing it, sending it with love, and just being the energy of gratitude and receiving of money. These are very, very, very two key exercises, because if you can't do that, you are going to find yourself in a place where you're going to be stuck. You're going to find yourself in a place where you're constantly trying to get more money. It may come to you like in little bits, not enough, and you're going to be frustrated. And I know, trust me, I know that pain all too well, of being broke, of not knowing where the next money, of living feast or famine mode, of living in survival mode, because I actually wrote a book about it. It's a very difficult place to be. The struggle with money, if you don't have enough money, like your life is pure hell. I mean, you can't even, I used to say to people that, I could be like walking down the street, and the man of my dreams I have ever wanted, like literally on my checklist, that he hit it, could fall from the sky on my head, topple me over, but didn't hurt me, didn't kill me. And I would still get up, dust myself off, and just be worried and concerned about money, because I was in such a panicked state. That was like literally my relationship with money was one of panic, worried, struggle, and not enough. And I would just keep on going. Here he is, Mr. Prince Charming, Wani's man, but I'm so concerned about money. And I was just like, I couldn't even see, hey, universe is saying, hey girl, here's a dude here. But because I was just stressed out about money all the time. And so you've got to be able to be in a different energy with money to be able to attract. You've got to be in a different space of relaxation, of gratitude, of there's nothing to worry about. There's more than enough of it. There's no such thing as lack. Because until you do, you will continue to just keep manifesting like the situation of not having enough. being stressed out about money, being broke, losing your job, losing your house, getting your car repossessed, just living like these substandard lives. And we're not supposed to, you guys. We're supposed to be living in a state of, of wealth. It's not supposed to be where 1% of the population controls the entire world's economy, which is what we have now. And we've got 99% of other people that are in struggle, that are in poverty, that are just like living in this like day-to-day hellish state of not enough. And so I really want you to really do this exercise and really, really pay attention to it and start from there and begin to open yourself more to receive and to manifest and to have much more money in your life. Furthermore, you must begin to clear your limiting beliefs about money. You've got to figure out what those things are and begin to actually clear it. You then also have to create new beliefs about money that actually serves you. You got to take out, rich people are bad to I love the rich. I applaud the rich. I would love to be rich. I would love to be, have as much wealth as the Kardashians or whatever like that. But you've got to create, new beliefs that, I am a money magnet. I am resistible to money. You've also got to step into the energy of I deserve. A lot of us are in the energy of I'm not worthy, I shouldn't have, I have to work hard for it. And so we don't get the money that we feel like we should be having because we're telling the universe, oh, I don't deserve, I'm a bad person, I got to be punished. Don't give it to me, I want, but don't give it to me. And we're just completely like in this really messed up energetic state. We can't receive it. You've also got to expand your capacity to receive. I want you to write this down. You only get what you have the capacity to receive. And so if you are literally in a $40,000 a year mindset and belief system about money, you cannot manifest six figures. It'll never, ever happen. Again, everything is energy. Everything is vibration. You have to match. You have to receive what you want, you have to be an energetic match to it. You can't be wanting to be rich and wealthy while you're thinking, talking, speaking, believing poor, broke, and not enough. It's never going to work with your energetic state has to match where you're at. The next thing is you've got to journal. You've got to literally be in the energy of being money conscious. Money conscious, what does that mean? What I mean by that is that you've got to be watching and observing and knowing what your reactions are about money. Like, for example, when you go to buy something at the market and you go to the checkout stand and you ring your things up and you put your card through, are you thinking, I'm so grateful, I have more than enough? You're not even thinking about it? Or are you like, oh my God, I hope my card goes through? I mean, I've been there. I speak from experience, right? So you've got to journal about what your beliefs are about money. Like when you see on social media, someone who's like killing it in business, are you saying, go girl, I applaud you? Or are you like, who do you think she is like that? Like she's got a sponsor. Are you talking crap about her? Or are you pushing forth like, hey, good for you. How can I be down? So you've got to journal about what's going on with you and your money. You got to look at your bank account savings. You got to look and see, what are you feeling? Are you in a state of expansion about money? Or are you feeling very tight, restricted, in fear? Because if you're in that state, you cannot manifest more of it coming in. When you're feeling like tight about money like this, money cannot come in. I mean, money is freedom. Money is free. Money is flow. Money is currency. Money is access. It flows like that, right? So pay attention. And the only way you can really be cognizant of that is, number one, by attention. And number two, by journaling. Don't let everything be up here, because the reason why you're where you are right now is you're keeping everything up here in your head and you're not being very mindful and conscientious and really getting into your subconscious mind about what's going on in your bank account, okay? So really every day journal about these things. The next thing is creating a daily mindset practice that allows you to create what you need for you and your business, right? To really be living in an abundant state of mind. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not talking specifically or only about thinking positive. A lot of us think that, if you're positive, that's it. It's not enough. I'm sorry, because I can tell you right now, I am super positive person, but I realized when I was doing this deeper work that my mindset sucked. I had a consciousness that was like literally embedded in lack. And I can tell you right now, I'm not exception in the case that the mantra of every single ego except for the 1% in the world, is not enough. From the minute we wake up in the morning until we go to sleep at night, it's not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't get enough time to eat breakfast. I didn't get enough coffee. I didn't get enough, caffeine. I don't have enough time to check my emails. It's like not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. And it's like a tape recording. And so you've got to cultivate a mindset of having, of more than, of sufficiency. And that takes practice because we were never actually taught that. The next thing is that you also have got to increase your wealth consciousness. A lot of us don't even know what that is. I mean, I didn't know really didn't know what it was too, meaning, was I walking around believing, feeling, thinking, and radiating, I have more than enough, that the universe is abundant, there's just no such thing as lack, that wherever this is, there's more of it to come by, there's opportunities everywhere. I am an irresistible, money magnet is one of my, my mantras for money is for right now. And it's like, you've got to be in an energetic state of where you're constantly thinking, feeling, exuding, knowing that everything is okay, that you were taken care of. There's just much, much more than enough, right? And so I'm saying these things to you because, we weren't taught these things, right? A lot of us were not taught these things, but these were things that I have discovered for myself in the last 7 or 8 years that I've been mastering, putting together, and have really used to transform my relationship with money into where I am now living in an amazing place, of abundance. I went from, not having enough and being stressed out and just being worried and just being like freaked out about money all the time to being like, I'm okay. There's money in my bank account right now. There's money, there's ideas coming to me. People are offering me things left, right, front, and center. I'm getting opportunities, and everything that's actually coming to me now has a dollar sign or a euro sign next to it because I'm actually living in Paris. And so it's like there's so many opportunities, but I didn't just get this way like that overnight. I had to change my belief system. I had to come into relationship with this energy of money and to recognize that it's within me, okay? And so I invite all of you to really, take the exercises that I've actually have laid out for you to really do them, number one. And if you need further, diving into, I've actually created an amazing course called the Clear Your Money Karma and Live the Life You Really Want e-course, which takes into a much more deeper understanding of really how to really clear some of your deepest, conditioning and patterns is actually holding you in. That's keeping you living in lack. And so this is actually like an 8-week course. It's a self-study course, but it's not complete self-study because I'm very much engaged into where you will learn in the 8 weeks of this course, the energetics of what your money situation is, what's going on with you, and you will get super clear on what your money story is and actually heal it. You will also begin to identify the beliefs you have about money that is actually blocking the flow of it to you and effectively create new money beliefs to actually live by it. You will also release your blocks to whatever is keeping you from actually making and receiving money, because there's different things, how to save money, how to actually invest money, because listen, there's different 4 types of categories of money. And with each of them, we have different sets of beliefs that's actually keeping us in blockages from it, right? For example, there's your income that's tied to your self-worth. There's your savings. There's your ability. There's what we call toxic money. There's also your money you want to invest, right? And with each of those, there are certain limiting beliefs that's actually blocking us from actually having that perfect portfolio to keep us living an expansively life of abundance, and that's where we have the flow of money into our lives. You will also begin to develop and increase your wealth consciousness to the point you're actually walking around free of the worry about money. And I promise you, you will start to begin to live the abundant life you really want, because you will have this mindset of everything is abundance. I am this abundance. I am the creator. I am the internal source of what money really actually is, where it's actually coming from. And so what's included in it throughout this 8-week course, you get 32 lessons. I know it sounds a lot, but it's just a self-study course. You can take whatever pace you want, but I recommend to really put forth in it, because again, remember, it doesn't take money to make money. It takes a decision to actually make money. You will get group coaching calls with me. The way I have it set up is going to be 2 group coaching calls. You will actually get a daily mindset practices to actually help you cultivate for you to letting go of your limiting beliefs about money, to actually put yourself in the consciousness of actually having a wealthy mindset right now. I will give you a list of all of my resources that I have been using to really reprogram my subconscious mind about, how to actually transform about making more money, having more money. And I will tell you right now, I'll give you one of my favorite books is The Science of Getting Rich. Get that book right now and start reading it today. You will also be placed into a private Facebook group for support, and I'm very, very active. And that Facebook group is only for people that have actually enrolled into the course and who are in there. And I will be actively coaching you, guiding you, giving you inspiration, really helping you let go and tone into what your beliefs are about money and actually clearing it and helping you clear your negative money karma about money. Also, too, if you want to go ahead and participate in the course, I also have 2 bonuses, which I want to also be giving you as well. Those are free of charge. This is I have an audio that I did, I think it was about either earlier this year, or maybe last year, that I did with an Australian-based audience where I talked about the 8 steps to living the life you really want, which I think is a 60-minute audio. And I will also give you the manifestation ritual that forever changed my life. It took me from living in Miami to living in a beautiful life of living in Paris right now. And so for the investment for the course is actually a regular price for $9.99, and it's jam-packed with value. And it's about $34 worth of value. I literally am putting everything I have been studying, that I have been paying for over the night since 2009. I've literally worked on myself of clearing my money karma and coming to abundance. And I'm literally giving you everything that I've ever have come to realize, I've come to understand. I've understood that I've realized for myself. This really has helped me to transform my life. And I'm actually giving it to you for today, for those of you participating in the Extension Summit right now. The regular price is actually $9.99. But today I'm actually going to give a discounted price of $7.99, and I do actually have 2 payment options. And so if you go to the website of www.wanimanly.com/Money Karma e-course, you will have a place where you can actually enter in a coupon code. So I want you to use, if you're going to pay in full, the full price is $9.99. Or if you want to pay and do a 2 payment option, you can do 2 payments of $4.99, and it's actually that code word is actually extension, and the coupon code for the pay in full option is actually reward. Okay, in all caps too. So again, and it's actually just good for 24 hours because I really want to reward the fast action takers out there that are really serious about clearing the money karma. So the discounted price for the Extension Summit is only going to be good for 24 hours. Again, go to www.wanimanly.com/Money Karma e-course. And as a special bonus for anyone who pays in full, I will also give you an additional 1-hour one-to-one laser coaching with me and a free copy of my best-selling book, Get Out of Survivor Mode and Live the Life You Really Want. Total value of $450, but I'm giving it to you for free if you go ahead and pay in full and enroll into the e-course for now. If you're interested in the course, it's www.wanimanly.com/Money Karma e-course. And so if there are any questions that I may answer for you, please go ahead and send me an email to info@wanimanly.com. That's info@wanimanly.com. I thank you very, very much for listening, for your attention today. And I just really want to leave this with you, we have a choice. There's a life that you're currently living right now and the life that you are being called to live. And I really want you to just really take into consideration, contemplation moment right now that wherever you are in your life with your money, with your finances, there's a whole different set of life that you're being called to live. The fact that you're here right now, that you have given me your attention for 45 minutes, or I think about an hour at this point, that you're being called to live something else. You're being called to live a different reality, to have a different experience with money, and for you to be having the experience of you living abundantly. I want that for you. Please do that for yourself right now. If you have any questions, again, please send me an email at info@wanimanly.com. Again, thank you very, very much for listening. And I will stop sharing. If you want to get in contact with me, actually, here's all my contact information. my website, my social media handles. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear your stories. If you just want to come and hang out and just say hello, I would love to hear from you as well too. But if you have any questions, please feel free to actually reach out to me. I love talking with people. I love people. And like I said, this is like my absolute joy. I love talking about this stuff. I travel around the world doing, speaking about this stuff, working with people one-on-one, sharing, speaking, living it as well. I really want the same thing for you. So thank you very, very much. I will get back to, stop sharing my screen. I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of the Extension Summit. I hope this summit really transformed each areas of your life. There's just so many amazing experts that are here. We're all here sharing our very best and just giving you a deeper understanding of what we have all come to have understand, to realize, and to just help you shift. And it's my absolute pleasure to be here with you today. And I just want to say thank you. And have an amazing rest of the summit. And feel free to contact me. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you and take care. Bye-bye.
Stay tuned, and we'll be right back with more exciting insights, strategies, and tools to elevate your life.